think we're live now. Hello, YouTube. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing actually really great today. Yeah, I'm happy to have a day off today and like just chill and like relax. It's been a little bit of a stressful week for me, so um, yeah, I'm just happy to like have time off and do something like different. Uh, yeah. But anyway, yeah, today I'm actually just doing something different. I'm working on some pet portraits. You guys haven't seen me do this on my channel yet. Actually, maybe at the beginning of when I started my channel, I think that you guys might have. Because I think just before I like moved to Yellowknife, I had done a pet portrait here and there that maybe I filmed. I can't quite remember, but I'm happy to do something different than convention prep for like a little bit. um, yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna get started here. How was your guys' weekend? Mine was pretty stressful, not gonna lie, but yeah, like I said, I'm happy to have my weekend now because I'm off and I get to just kind of do my own thing today. And yeah, today's day 6, I think, of Daniel not being here. He's been on vacation and stuff. I miss him a lot. Um, but he's coming back tomorrow. So I'm really happy to be able to see him. And yeah, I miss him so much. But, he's had such a great time with like his friends and family and stuff, so I'm like really happy for him. Um yeah, but oh, has anyone watched the new Stranger Things episodes? I'm not done yet, but it's actually way better than the last season, I think, for me. So yeah, I'm happy about that because it brought my interest back, if that makes sense. But oh, I wanted to tell you guys, I'm like so proud of myself because I literally, like, while Daniel's been gone, I can't believe this has happened, but hey, how are you? Um what was I saying? Oh, I was really proud of myself because the past 6 days that Daniel's been gone, I've actually like cooked for myself. I've only ordered food in one time this week. I'm like so happy. So, that's I'm proud of myself. I cooked and then I like bought a frozen pizza for like one of the days, but that's still pretty good in my opinion. So, yeah, happy about that. I'm also really excited cuz like I never like buy things like ever. And so when I buy stuff, I'm like kind of what's the word? I don't like necessarily buying things for myself, but I'm really excited cuz I just recently ordered some stuff from another artist on YouTube. Her name is Bailey J. And she just released some new products and stuff. So I'm like really excited because I got one of her sketchbooks and like a print and some stickers and stuff. And so yeah, I'm really excited to get that. I don't like cooking and I don't like cleaning either. But I'm just really proud that I was able to actually like do something different. Yeah, me too. Total beginner, 100%. I'm like super basic when it comes to cooking. Like the easiest thing for me to do is just make like a protein and some veggies or that kind of thing, and that's kind of what I do. What kind of stuff do you cook? Yeah, I can't. Oh my gosh, that sounds like amazing. What kind of cookie cutters are they? Are they like animal shaped or like that kind of thing? Or like hearts and stars, like shapes and whatnot? That sounds like so much fun. The only thing that I can bake is like chocolate chip cookies, and that's like it for me. But I try. It's okay. I forget what I was gonna say. Yeah, I am not really a baker. I do remember like my mom loves baking and she actually works like in a grocery store as a baker and stuff. And uh she like makes this apple crumble pie and it's like so good. Like I wish I could replicate it, but I not so great. I there was one time like my mom also used to bake like buns and stuff. And there was one time I tried to make buns and like I failed so hard. Like they turned out to be like so dense, like hockey pucks, like if you banged them on the counter. The bottoms were burnt a little, but it wasn't like bad. Like and they were still yummy, but I'm like how did this happen? Like cuz I followed the recipe to a T and I'm like oh, that's awesome. I love that. That'd be so much fun too to like decorate them and each like little man can have like their own separate like outfits and that kind of thing. That'd be so fun. I like decorating things, but I don't like baking them. I'm not so great. That's okay though. I'll leave that to the bakers. My partner Daniel like loves cooking. Like he's obsessed with cooking. So he does a majority of the cooking in our house and like I'll just help out with like cutting veggies or like that kind of thing. And so he's always the one with the creative like ideas and stuff, but like for me if it was left up to me, I would cook the same thing like over and over. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Peanut butter cookies are so good. That's like one of my favorite things ever, I swear. I'm so glad you have so much fun doing that. It sounds amazing. I wish I could like I love seeing people like when they do like all of their creative stuff cuz like oh man, I see so many cool pictures like of what people are doing. I'm like that's so awesome. Oh, it sounds so good. I can't. Oh man. It makes me miss like my mom's baking and stuff cuz like she used to do it like every weekend and so I'd always have like something in the house. So, yeah. I did one time make apple fritters here, just like how my grandma used to make them. And you just like it's like deep fried and then you put like powdered sugar on top. It was so good. I can do like very simple little things. I was scared though cuz like I've never fried anything myself before, so I'm like is it going to turn out or is it going to be like a disaster? But no, it actually turned out pretty okay. So I was actually pretty happy with that one. So yeah. Yeah, I miss it a lot. It was the best. Um, do you like reading? I got recently too. I bought some new books and like I cannot wait for them to come like in. I'll definitely show them on a vlog like when they do come in. I haven't read anything new in like a really long time, so I'm like super pumped about it. That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh, grandmas just know how to like do it all, I swear. Like they're so amazing. Definitely cooking is an experiment. I agree. For me, I just like put it all in a thing and then I just put a bunch of random spices and then it's good. Yeah, same for me. Reading, like I haven't done any reading in like a really long time. So I'm just like, ah, I can't wait. I bought like 7 books, like a lot. So it should last me for a long time. My last job that I had, I used to have like an hour long lunch break. But now here I only have like a half hour, so it's like a little harder to like get to be able to read or anything like that. Oh, that's awesome. I remember Wattpad. I never really like went on it or anything, but that sounds awesome. Now I sometimes read stuff on like Webtoon. I think that's what it's called. But that's like graphic novel stuff, so the Martin Chronicles or Martian? Martian. I'll have to look that up later. I haven't heard of it. My favorite book series is oh, what's it called? The Darkest Powers trilogy by Kelly Armstrong. The first book in the series is The Summoning, I believe, and that's it's like a young adult novels. Those are my favorite. Kelly Armstrong also writes a lot of like horror type novels and stuff like that and standalone stuff. So like I recently read the series. The first one in the book is Omens. And yeah, it's really like creepy and crazy. It gets crazier by like the time like the end, and I love it so much. I kind of want to like discover more horror like themed books and stuff cuz like those are when I first discovered them, I'm like this is so like strange and creepy, but I love it. But I'm doing speed paints with my voice in the background reading a book. That would be so cool. I remember YouTube like way back in the day, there used to be like a lot more commentary like YouTubers, and I adored watching YouTubers who like read books or read stories and stuff. And since I'm like into that whole horror like kind of genre, there were people who like did like horror readings like on YouTube. But like yeah, you totally should do that. I would like watch those right away in a heartbeat. That sounds amazing. I miss like that kind of YouTube. I don't know if anybody like does stuff like that anymore, so that'd be a really cool like niche to get into for sure. That'd be even cool if you did like a speed paint like that was related to the story that you're reading. I love that idea. Totally get that. I've never actually really been into science fiction that much either, so we're like opposites. That'd be so awesome though. You should totally do that. This pup is so cute. Oh my goodness. I love like I don't know the name of this dog, but so precious. I remember actually what was that YouTuber's name? They used to hang out with like PewDiePie and stuff. Uh oh, Cry. Cry used to read the horror stories. You could even do like animals and spaceships and stuff. That would be so fun. People are hard to draw. I actually have a really hard time with drawing people, so it's kind of a struggle, but definitely a learning curve to it for sure. Oh, that's so sweet. Aw, that's amazing. This pup has such long fur, but the face shape, it looks like maybe it might have some shepherd in it, and my dog's a German shepherd, so reminds me a little bit of my dog too, but not like exactly the same. But the face, like, definitely reminds me of my pup for sure. So sweet. I love dogs. They're like too much, like too precious for this world, I swear. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking was like childhood like type story like drawings, that kind of thing. Oh my goodness. Not everybody who draws animals are furries. I draw a lot of animals too, so I definitely like understand where you're coming from. I think furries are kind of misunderstood too cuz like they got a lot of hate in just like regular media and stuff too. So, it's kind of crazy. 100% get that. Oh my goodness. That reminds me of I was mentioning before how I bought stuff from an artist I like on YouTube and her name's Bailey, like Bailey J, and she draws like her cats on like two legs and like a cottage core in a cottage core type theme, like very like childhood like children's book style for sure. So I totally like it doesn't mean you're a furry. Oh man, it's like the same thing with like a lot of different like niches that are out there because like everybody just has like these stereotypes like that they think automatically and it's like that's not it. Like you gotta do a little bit more research, people. I know, furries are really, really good artists. Like it's actually insane. I would love to actually go to like a furry convention someday just to check out like what all the artists there are doing and like the fact that people like make their own like costumes and stuff, insane. Like that must take so many hours. And it just reminds me of like entertainers, like people who like work as entertainers and that kind of thing. It's like really impressive though. Like they make their own stuff. It's crazy. So, looks like a lot of fun though. But there is one furry convention kind of like near where I am, like um my home province in Manitoba, but I never went to it. Um so but I wonder how it would be. I know like some of the artists from Icon go to that convention every year as well. And I'm sure there's like furry conventions in like Alberta and BC and stuff too, maybe even Saskatchewan. I don't know about the East because I've never actually visited the East before, but maybe there's some there too. I'm not sure. It's actually kind of crazy because there's like up here. I don't know if it's the first year they're doing it, but like the weekend after Icon, they're holding uh what is it called? Tarmacon? Because like in Yellowknife, like in the north here, there's a bird. It's called a uh ptarmigan. Tar- Ptarmigan. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's like with a P at the start of the name. But they look like they're kind of like a chicken type bird. They're like wild here, and people like hunt them and uh eat them for food and stuff like that. And they're like all over the place. Like we see them all the time. And these people use like ptarmigan But like Tarmacon, like convention, I'm like, that's so cute. Basically locals on the internet, but they live in their own world. No, exactly. They're just like doing their own thing, 100%. And it's crazy because some of the people who design like characters, like feral type characters and that kind of thing, they don't necessarily consider themselves furries either. Like, I don't really know what the full on definition of a furry is. I'm kind of unclear about that, but yeah, they're not hurting anyone, and like, there's just a lot of stereotypes out there that like people don't people don't know. Oh no, why do you stay away from art communities? They're like so much fun, like especially when you find one that's um like really like your thing and like what you're passionate about and that kind of thing. It can be so much fun. I'm like in an art ARPG group, and like there's prompts every month, and like everybody just has like a blast. It could be a lot of fun. I'm not really close to like people I went to school with anymore, but I still have them like on Facebook and stuff, but I have fun like just kind of doing my own thing. Although, I mean, I've probably like had that for like since high school and stuff. Like I was always online, so like I've just kind of like stayed within like little niches of communities here and there. So, it's just kind of always been the thing that I do. I've always had more online friends than like in real life friends, but I'm like kind of a major introvert, so I don't really like going outside too much. But I get enough like social contact at my job to last me like forever. Listen, is my institute everyone is there? I would say that that's an art community 100%. Cuz like if you're like hanging out with people there or your classmates and like you guys maybe are doing assignments together, that kind of thing, I would definitely consider that an art community for sure. 100%. Yeah, it's so much fun. Like it's just kind of its own little like world, and like that's what you're like in, and I don't know, it's so much fun. I kind of miss art school for that because just being able to hang out with people like any time of the day, and like you're all just chilling, and you can like bounce ideas off of each other too, like for assignments and whatnot. I, aw, I'm so sorry. I get that though. Daniel and I were long distance for 2 years for a while there. It's rough. That's the one person that I don't get socially like exhausted from. But everyone else, I'm like, I can't. I get it. Oh man, I'm sorry you have to deal with that though. It's a lot, like long distance. Are you guys like super super long distance, like separate countries and everything? Or are you guys like in the same country? Cuz I feel like at least like in the same country it's a little easier, but like different countries, like I mean I've seen people they make it work and then some person moves like or they move together somewhere like it's a lot of work though. Oh man. I lived about an hour and a half away from my like from Daniel, my partner, for 2 years, and that was like, and we had lived together prior to that, and it was really hard. So yeah, it's I totally get it. Different countries, but that's awesome. Almost 4 years. That's a long time. Do you guys like are you guys able to at least visit each other sometimes? Yeah, different countries is super long, so true. I agree. Life is absolutely insane, and to be honest, you never know what's gonna happen. Like one day you could be doing one thing and then the next day everything changes. It's kind of crazy because, like, the same thing. Oh, no problem, no problem. What was I gonna say? I'll wait. I forget what I was gonna say though. Oh man. Yeah, today's a great day. I love this dog. So so precious. Like I just I forget what I was doing. Okay. This dog has some crazy fur textures going on. I love it so much. Um, yeah. Convention is like so close away. I'm like, and I got these commissions, and I want to take on more commissions. I think like once I'm done with the convention, but I also really want to set up my online store. So I think I'm gonna do the store first. But I feel like with my store, I could probably like what do you call it? I could probably put my pet commissions in there. I think, and it should be good. So, oh, Anya, you're being so good. She's sitting so nice. Hi. You guys can see her just chilling back there. Oh my goodness. You're too precious. Too precious. I swear dogs are just the best. My cat is chilling right here too. He's just he's got his little bed and everything and he just sits there. It's adorable. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the convention's coming up so fast though. I'm just like, ah. I think today, once I'm done the live stream, I'm gonna work on some like Spy Family buttons and stickers probably. And I'm really excited about that, so we'll see how that goes. Because I just really can't wait for that next anime. It's gonna be so good. The next season. Welcome back. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, do you guys at least get to like visit each other and stuff? Like, since you're so far away? I've seen people like who like they eventually move together and stuff, and but yeah, it's a long ways. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, how life is crazy and stuff. Um, yeah, because I mean, for Daniel and I, like, we had no idea or never considered moving up to Yellowknife ever in our life. It was never like a option that we thought of. And then it just happened out of nowhere, and then now we're here. So, literally within a week, like, we knew we were moving up, and then 2 weeks later, yeah, we're here. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like how there's always like a kind of an ugly stage, but it comes together eventually. So we're studying in careers, but time will tell. For sure. Yeah, that is true. It's it'll happen. I'm sure. Thanks. Yeah, it was super random, so that's why I always say like life sometimes never pans out exactly how you want, but like always be open to like different things that you just never expect because the best things in life can happen from that point. We both had like just finished school too, so it finished school like my partner finished a little bit later than I did. Um and then yeah, it just that's the way life worked out for us. So it is such a sunny, gorgeous day outside today. I'm like really, really in a good mood. I'm like so happy. Today's just great. Yeah, so that's actually the crazy thing. Like I feel like for me, I personally had an easier time cuz like I'm not super like necessarily close with my family. Like we call each other every once in a while and like that's good. One gathering like once a year kind of thing, but for Daniel and Daniel's also a different he's from another country originally too, right? So for him, his family's super close. And so he's already moved country once, so like he's used to like moving far away and whatnot. But for him, it was really, really hard, and especially for his family too. Like they definitely struggled with it. Um, but the fact that he's able to go back, like we've seen, Daniel saw his parents when we were in Israel visiting his other family and stuff. But then he was able to go back again, like to Winnipeg, to visit his family this last week. And so for him, he's been able to see them twice now this year. And so it's made things a lot easier, but definitely for him, he had a harder time. But for me, it was a lot easier because I just kind of chill on my own anyway. And my family does too. So it was a lot easier. So my friends and family, they were just kind of like, whoa, like that's crazy, like good luck, that kind of thing. But his family was like, oh my gosh, like they were really, really sad. So, but the fact that he's able to visit was made things a lot easier for sure. So, yeah, his end definitely harder. And for him too, like moving away from his friends was a bit harder because like Yellowknife up here is very isolating. It's very isolated. It's in the north in Canada, and there's like so the other provinces down south. There's like millions of people down south, but like in this territory, there's only 45,000 people in this whole territory, and so it's very isolated. And so socially, it's a little bit harder. Like if you're more of an extrovert, like my partner is. And so for him, it was harder because he was leaving his friends too. So, yeah. Yeah, right? It's kind of like strange because I've never met anyone like you where it's kind of been the same like situation like that. It's hard to explain because it's like you love your family and everything, but like you're not necessarily like super close or anything. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's not a bad thing. Like, it doesn't mean you don't love your family or anything like that. So, yeah, but other than that, I mean, Daniel's met some people here now, so he's feeling a little bit better and stuff. And he has like a group that he goes to like every week that he participates in, and so he's been having like a ton of fun with that and being with people. So, and this week too was a lot nicer for him because he was able to go visit his friends and hang out. And I'm really jealous because they went to like an arcade that I really really like. Together, and I'm like, ah, you went without me. But I'm happy for him, so. But yeah, he got to hang out with all the people, so That was really amazing. I wish we had an arcade in Yellowknife. Thanks. Yeah, it's been really great. Work is stressful though. It's a lot, but just something we're trying to like adapt to. Cause living in the north, I know I talked about it a few days ago, but it's hard in the retail sectors because there's more demand up here than there is people who can work up here. And there's also like a housing crisis up here too. There's not enough houses, like affordable housing for people. And so it's hard to like bring people up here to work and stuff. But a majority of the territory is working, so it's not that people aren't working or anything. So yeah, the work sector is stressful, but other than that, everything else about the town and everything is great. Like I love it. So definitely different. I've never experienced like so much nature. Like I can walk out to my backyard and there's a lake like 10 feet away. It's the craziest thing. Like I can go for a trail hike like right outside my door, and I've never experienced anything like that before in my life. And so it's like kind of really relaxing and like peaceful for like people who really like that kind of thing. So I definitely love that. There's a lot of pros and cons, and like I feel like that's like the same for like everywhere that you live or choose to live for sure. I've been able to like we got rid of our car recently, and so I've been able to bike to work and stuff, and I've been really enjoying that. Cuz it gets me moving a little bit more, and like my back's been hurting a little bit less, and so that's been like really nice. So yeah, definitely happy about that. They even have like a place up here where you can like go and do horseback riding like if you want. I thought that was pretty cool cuz like I wasn't really expecting that up here. And like even if you have your own horse and everything, like they'll board your horse up here if you want as well. And that was kind of surprising to me, just because this area is like super rocky and like it gets really cold in the winter, and so I was surprised that like they could do that up here. Like even some agriculture and that kind of thing, like they're able um, to do that up here. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Definitely different. 100%. And I definitely have both of those things. So I'm very, very thankful and privileged to be able to have that when I know a lot of people don't have that. So my one wish is for everyone to be able to have that. Nothing in life is ever black and white or anything like that. It's complicated. So everyone should be able to everyone should have the right to be able to be stable, and have shelter and have like food to eat, that kind of thing. It's very awesome because this community that I live in is like so what do you call it? They're so like giving and very nice. Like there's even like a Facebook group where people just give stuff away for free, and like a lot of times people will be just like looking through their cupboards for like if they're not using anything or they have extra of something, like they just give it away. They're like, "Hey, here I have this stuff, like if anybody wants it." And like it just helps out the community. It's really awesome. And like I've seen a lot of times where people like they're coming in for a medical thing like with their babies or cuz I don't know about any of the other towns, but I think that when you're about to have a kid, like you have to be brought here or brought down to Alberta to have a child. And so you'll like see people coming in and then they'll like ask if you happen to have like any extra stuff. And yeah, it's amazing. Like I was so surprised cuz like I've never lived in a community that's been this giving and like this nice to people. But yeah, like people who have like kids, they'll like come down and like people will say, "Hey, like do you guys happen to have formula or like know where I can get some?" Or baby clothes or regular clothes like for adults or children, like and people here just like are so kind and like help out everyone. And it's amazing. So, yeah, it's very nice. Like everybody here is so nice. Like I haven't met one nasty person in this community yet, which is kind of crazy. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting because I've never been in a community like that. So, it's very cool because like I've been able to give away a few things too, and like I've gotten stuff from other people, and yeah, overall it's been awesome. So, very thankful for people. I tend to forget to drink water, so I'm like trying to remember. It's yeah, it's so nice and sunny though. I might like go outside later. Make sure I take the bug spray though. The one thing about living here is there's so many mosquitoes. I feel like I complained about this last year, but they don't fog for mosquitoes here because of the wildlife and stuff, so it's understandable. But holding, but they don't really bite me as much, but they do bite Daniel a lot. They love his blood for whatever reason. So I can kind of get away a little bit, but and then if you go to the lakes and stuff, there's more like horse flies and whatnot, but they don't really bite as often, so you can kind of like get away with being around those guys. I remember coming here and there was like we got out at a gas station and there was so many and I'm like, "Whoa, like I've never seen so many in my life." Thanks. Yeah, the pet portraits don't take me too long because I kind of consider these ones to be like sketches. So I don't charge as much for them as I would if I was doing like a full on like painterly like thing. But yeah, I just kind of work on one spot and then I move on to another, and I'm just kind of random with like what I feel like working on. Yeah, it's so crazy the mosquitoes, I swear. How do I sell my products? So for me, it was mostly about like building up a reputation just with like random people. So like, especially when the pandemic hit, like so many people were turning to like online, um, creation and whatnot. So like, I've been working for friends and family for a really long time, and just kind of like promoting it that way. And I attend conventions as well, so people see my art there. But Manitoba, they created a Manitoba buy and sell page, and I just so happened to advertise like my pet portraits on there, and it like blew up. Like, I don't know what happened, but out of nowhere, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, like these are awesome. Like I want one." I'm like, "That's great." And so I don't know how many portraits I did. It took me a while to get through them all. But those people were really, really amazing. And then, so from those people, a lot of times they refer you to other people, especially if you like deliver on time and like you're open in your communication, and all of that kind of thing. And like I've had clients from clients from clients before, even, or like people will be like, even from like Manitoba, like it's expanded into some of the other provinces. Like I had one client and she was so amazing, and like I did the portrait for her, and then all of a sudden, like a couple weeks later, one of her friends from like Alberta contacted me, and I'm like, whoa, like that's crazy, that it had like that much of a reach. So yeah, it's kind of just about putting yourself out there. Building up clients takes a while. And then I also attend, like I said, conventions in person. I have my business cards. And then now I'm doing like this YouTube thing too. Just because, like, I mean, my YouTube is specifically to hold me accountable because sometimes I procrastinate really, really hard. And like, it's just for fun and that kind of thing. But YouTube too does have a reach as well. So it's just kind of about like diversifying. So like my next step is to build my online store, and keep attending conventions. I want to attend some like trade shows and stuff here, as well. So I advertise my pet portraits there, but I also sell like the anime stuff as well because that's really fun. Yeah, yeah, it's really, really fun. So if you're like interested in doing that kind of thing, like definitely get started now for sure. Like just do little things, little steps. It's a lot of fun though, honestly. People are so cool. Like I never thought that like I would get clients from like other clients. Like that was kind of the biggest surprise for me. Like people actually like recommend you to others. It's crazy. And you never know like who you're gonna meet or who you're gonna like talk to who like recommends you somewhere, and then yeah, it's crazy. Aw, I totally get that. It's hard to not care about like what others think of you, to be honest. Like I definitely struggle with that a lot. Um and especially like for me when I first put my face on this YouTube channel, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like what am I doing? Like I look like an idiot." Like but I'm like, this is the kind of content I actually really like watching from others. Like just regular life stuff, art stuff, like just kind of all mixed in. And I kind of slowly became more confident and more like okay with hearing my own voice, especially with like editing and that kind of thing. And yeah, it's very stressful, and I was definitely afraid of like my friends and family finding me. As you saw from the last live stream that you were at, my sister sometimes joins too, and so it's kind of embarrassing sometimes, but she just wants to support me, like, and so I love that. But yeah, I definitely get it. It's so hard. I also had my Israel vlogs on my channel too, and so I did share those vlogs with my friends on my personal Facebook page, and it was very, very hard to do that, but you know, some people just think it's like super cool, and so I try to ignore the feeling of embarrassment. But I definitely understand it's really hard because like you're putting yourself out there, and so it's like it's a very vulnerable feeling. And like if you're not used to it, it can be a lot. I thankfully have had like people were definitely supportive. So like I even was able to, like, I used to take care of my boss's kids a long time ago, like at my first ever job. I was like 15, and that little girl, she was like 3 years old at the time. She's now like 11 years old. Or 12 years old, and like she watches my vlogs sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and she does art now, and like, so if you can touch people's lives like that, it's I don't know, I find that awesome. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have friends who have YouTube channels and support me, but I'm still embarrassed. I get it. It's definitely stressful and definitely really hard. Um, I'm so sorry about you feel like ashamed though. It's not an easy thing, for sure not. I don't know that I have any advice for the parents thing, um but you have friends who support you, so like that's like the main thing. Is just finding the people, and that kind of in itself builds like a community. The real influencer? You're super awesome though. I know your friends will be there for you. That's the biggest thing. I mostly have just online friends, so there's only like, I mean, I've shared it to my personal Facebook, but I don't know how many of those people like actually really watch, except for like my boss's kids. So, or the one kid. She's super sweet. I can't believe that, like, it's crazy to me because like just the thought of like touching somebody else's life like that, like she's still so influenced by this one movie I showed her, Ponyo. Oh, you're so sweet. I was really confused. I'm like, but there's an audio delay, so it was the craziest thing to me to hear about it, like, because I hadn't talked to them for so long. And, like, the fact that, like, she is into art and stuff now, and, like, she watches Ponyo still. Like, I used to show them, like, Totoro and Ponyo when they were kids. And, still, to this day, I'm like, how does that even work? Like, the fact that, like, you can touch someone's life like that and not even know it until, like, if you even find out about it. It's crazy to me, honestly. Like, I was like, I can't believe that that happened. Like, and her mom is just like so sweet, and like they constantly find me at conventions, so I'm like really really excited because I hope she'll be at the next convention. um they go to conventions too now. Like, it's crazy. And art is so much fun. Like, I love watching kids like do art and stuff. We had an assignment actually in university, and it required us to go to um it's like an after school program for kids, and like they go there to make arts and do crafts with you and stuff. And then we were required to make like art based off of the art that the kid we were paired with made that day. It was so sweet, right? You're gonna meet so many kids, like, and they're gonna, it's just such a crazy like feeling. You're definitely gonna see it 100%. It's like the sweetest thing. Like, kids are like so crazy awesome. Oh, that's so sweet. That's amazing. High school teachers are like, I don't know, they're so influential as well. Like my art teacher was crazy amazing. Like I love her so much, and like I've even talked to her like to this day a few times, and it's crazy. I actually did a pet portrait for her one time, so that's amazing though. Oh my goodness. You're gonna end up talking to that teacher like later on in life and stuff, and you're gonna be in the exact spot that you wanna be, and then you're gonna touch someone else's life, and the cycle like that is just gonna keep continuing on, and it's like so special. Like it's so so special. I don't even know how to explain it. These are the kind of people we need like in the world, is people who are like just super happy and super like, I don't know, just doing their thing and like encouraging others. They could also take me to friendships. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I bet she enjoyed that a ton. Wow. Yeah, those kind of painting classes look like so much fun. I have seen that a few times. Art is the best therapy, honestly. Like, oh man, I love it so much. Like, it can do so much for so many people. And like, if we didn't have art in the world, we wouldn't have like any of these things. Like video games, TV shows, like um we, connections like that, like with people, and it's crazy like how much art touches everybody. It's so special. Yeah, I agree with that. Galleries are only like one small portion of art. Art branches out into so many different things. Like it's crazy. I actually I'm really into tattoo as an art form, and tattoo I feel like can be almost like an art like therapy type session too, like depending on, cuz some people get tattoos for like memorial tattoos, or for just for like having fun, or like the art itself, something that's important to them, and I love that too, cuz like it feels so special. Tattoo is probably like my dream job. I would love to be able to like have that connection with people and like be a part of that journey for people. One day, one day. I am going to be working on a tattoo portfolio, or more of my tattoo portfolio eventually, but yeah, it just allows like for so many connections, and yeah, it's not just about galleries. Galleries is one small thing. And like you said, it's a language that like has no barriers. Like pictures and like visual art forms can be understood from like so many people like who don't even speak the same language, even like from different countries, and it's crazy. I love that so much. Like just little patchwork, like small pieces and stuff like that. That's so cool. I love seeing like people who have just like I want to do this for my own body one day too once I have enough money to do that, but like have like let's say one leg that's like fully tattooed but one leg that's not fully tattooed, so it's like a contrast because I just love the look of that so much for whatever reason. And so one day I'd like to like have that for my own leg. But it's just kind of neat like it's also cool to see like what people go for because like some people like having full like flowed like leg pieces or arms or anything like that, and then sometimes people like that like patchwork so they can have many different types of like tattoos that don't necessarily have the same theme. It's so cool. I just love it. I have so many artists that like I want to go to, and they're from so many different countries, and having to travel for all of those tattoos would be really expensive, but I definitely want to try to make it work cuz like there's so many cool artists. There's also so many good artists down in like Alberta and also in BC, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, like all the places. There's so many cool artists. I think there's also another one that I like. She lives in, I think she moved to Halifax now. I'm like, oh man. So, it's crazy. I'm having so much fun drawing this pup. Ah. Alright, I think this is good. I love that like there's cool tones and warm tones in this photo. So it's like really nice and contrasty. No, you're okay, don't worry. My internet is also very bad because I live in the north. Yeah, no, I totally understand because like tattoos are very permanent. Like, yeah, you can remove tattoos and stuff, but like it can be a very lengthy and expensive and painful process, which doesn't necessarily remove the whole thing. Like you can still see it underneath, so it's a permanent thing that happens to your body. So like, and not everybody is into that, so I totally get it. My partner also is not a tattoo type person, so he would never like get tattoos for himself. I think for me, like I definitely don't want to be covered in tattoos. I'm not like super into like total coverage, but like I definitely want to like cover one limb. So that's kind of where I'm going. I would like to get a tattoo like on my arm or something like that too, but I don't know what, and like I'd have to really think hard on it because that's very visible. Like at least with my leg, like I can cover it if I don't want people to see tattoos, but as soon as you have something more like visible like on your arm or anything like that, like then people see it. So I'd want that one to be very special and look really good. Be done by a really good artist. It's actually crazy because I got my first tattoo when I was 16, and my mom actually had offered. I never asked her, um, because I thought she would say no, and but she offered when to go with me and we could get like tattoos together, that kind of thing. And so we didn't get tattoos at the same time, but like she took me when I was 16, and still don't regret the tattoo. And that was like 10 years ago already, so that tattoo is pretty old. So that's kind of like a unique thing, because sometimes people who get tattooed when they're really young, like, because I thought about my tattoo for a very long time before I actually got it, because I didn't want to like get something and then like regret it when I was older, so I had to think about it for a long time. Yeah, right. There are some parents who have that as an issue for sure. Also, like, it's important for people to be because I know some kids, like, they'll just go to like a party and like they'll just get a tattoo like at somebody's house, and that can cause like major infections and stuff like that. And yeah, it's better to go to like an actual studio. So like if I was a parent, like, yeah, that's true, I would want to offer instead of being surprised. That is a good point. It's yeah. It was crazy too, because actually when I was in art school, um one time, I don't know how the building like allowed this to happen, but like there was someone who just set up like a little desk with like a tattoo machine and like a glass of water, and there was a lineup of people who were getting tattooed by this guy, and like he had no cleanliness, no like place to clean stuff, and like he was using the same needle. He was just dipping it in this glass of water and then tattooing more people. And me and one of my colleagues, like, who is pretty heavily tattooed, he knows this stuff. We were watching this go down and we were just like, "Oh my gosh, like how is this happening right now?" Like it was really really bad, cuz all those people didn't really they don't understand the health and safety that happens with tattoos, and so it was scary. I'm like, I hope those people are gonna be like okay, like they don't get an infection, because there's a reason why you change needles and clean everything before the next person comes in. Yeah, because like people can get AIDS or HIV or anything like that if other people have like conditions, like blood mixing, that kind of thing. Like that's really really dangerous. So we were watching this go down, and it was like scary to watch. So I don't know how the school like was allowing it to happen, but there was definitely a lot of people who didn't know about tattooing, so it was really scary. Yeah, they were using the same needle. He just had a glass of water, and that was all he had, and so that was not good. Not good at all. But yeah, we never saw him again after, but yeah, it was, I don't know. Most tattoo artists that, at least from my province, there, I don't know about other ones, but there's like a tattoo course, or not a tattoo course, but a blood pathogens course that they have to take, in order to be able to tattoo, which is great. So yeah, it's and then even when, for example, the pandemic just started happening, I don't know what course it was, but there was some sort of course related to COVID that they had to take as well. So that was kind of interesting. Yeah, it was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it a lot cuz it helps like as well like having somebody to talk to. I really love it. So, yeah, thanks so much for watching and joining and having a convo with me. I will be here every Monday, so if you're ever around. I think I'm actually probably going to sign off very soon too, so just want to finish a couple things. I got lots of convention stuff to work on still. My cat's also going crazy in the background. I don't know if you can hear him, but bye. Have a good day. Yeah, this pupper is turning out really great. I'm really happy. Um, I love him so much. I hope everyone else is having a really great day too, because it is gorgeous out here. I don't know about where any of you guys live, but yeah, it's really nice out today. I'll be on for a little bit longer. I just want to get a little bit more of this done, but I do have to get back to convention stuff yet. I'll probably continue working on these commissions tomorrow, more than likely. Where am I? Probably this color. I love doing pet portraits like so much. They're one of my favorite things to do. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but like I just love them so much. It's always such an honor too, cuz like I get to hear so much about the animals and like sometimes they're memorial ones or for friends or that kind of thing, and it's so special. Just like how me and Rosie were talking before. Like, yeah, art just can touch so many people. It's so sweet, so unique. So, definitely makes me really happy. This pup is just so adorable. Like, I literally cannot get over this. Okay, I think. So it looks like this goes out more. Sorry, my kitter is being really loud. He has the zoomies. He's like ripping down the hallway over there. Oh my goodness. I love him so much. It's so funny. When I started the live stream, he was in the other room, the other bedroom, and he was laying in the sun on the floor. It was so cute. So I'll have to try to catch that for the vlog sometime because, yeah, he's so adorable. So cute. Today's been such a great day. I hope everyone else is having a good day. I know I keep saying that. I'm in such a happy mood. Like, oh, the best day. I'm so happy Daniel gets back tomorrow. I'm so happy. I can't wait for my art stuff to come in from Bailey, and I can't wait for books. Like, it's just a great, great time. I'm so happy. I love this contrast though of like the blues and the warm colors in this pup. So this is really fun. Alright. Oh, just a touch of a leg there. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it off here because we're already at like an hour 16. So I'll finish this one off stream and stuff. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're interested. I do just art live streams every Monday, and then every Friday I upload a vlog. My channel is just mostly about art, life, and just random stuff. So sometimes travel, but yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!